We are live now.
Great. So, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for coming in here today for the Atal Innovation Mission, Atal Tinkering Labs, and UNICEF partnership
We are live.
for. I'll start again. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bharat Kumar Kundra. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for coming in here today for the Atal Innovation Mission, Atal Tinkering Labs. My name is Bharat Kumar Kundra. I am from UNICEF and welcome everyone to Atal Tinkering Labs UNICEF partnership for the Passport to Earning program. I'll start off by setting the agenda. So the objective of Passport to Earning is to help young people become financially independent, and Atal Innovation Mission and UNICEF have decided to collaborate on this. The agenda for today is we will have special remarks by Mr. Ashish Basu, who is the lead for the Passport to Earning program in India, followed by keynote address by Ms. Dipali Upadhyay, who is the program director for Atal Innovation Mission, Atal Tinkering Labs, followed by the launch of the program, which will be followed by the overview of the P2E program and the collaboration between Atal Innovation Mission and UNICEF, followed by a session of Q&A where we will address all your queries. So during the session, anytime during the session, if you have any doubts or if you need any clarifications, do not hesitate to put your queries in the chat. Most of you are joining us through YouTube Live. So there is a team member which is from our team, which is monitoring all the chat. So please feel free to add your questions there and be rest assured that we will answer those queries either today, or if you don't have the time, then we will answer them at a later stage. But we will definitely share our responses. So with that, now I invite Mr. Ashish Basu, lead Passport to Earning India, UNICEF Yuva, to share his special remarks as well as introduce us to Yuva Generation Unlimited India at UNICEF. Over to you, Ashish.
Yeah, thank you, Bharat, and welcome to all of you from UNICEF and Yuva. Just to give you a little bit of context on who we are, before 2018, UNICEF was really focused more on children and women. In 2018, the program was initiated at the UN General Assembly to actually set up something called Generation Unlimited, which was to focus on young people. And as part of Generation Unlimited, the version of it that is in India is called Yuva, and that was initiated by the Prime Minister. And hence, in India, Yuva is the name for Generation Unlimited globally. Thank you. Can you just move to the next slide? Yeah. So just to talk about what we do in Yuva, just a little bit, and it's more like a highlight. So there are three things that we are attempting to do. The first is, over time, 100 million young people should have access to economic opportunities. This could be of any kind. So, for example, it could be entrepreneurship, it could be job connects, and so on. The second thing that we are focused on is to facilitate 200 million people to get the relevant skills which will help, which is what we call 21st century skills. This is really the focus of the Passport to Earning program as well, which also is linked to the first one, and I'll come to that in a minute. And the third is to try and engage the entire young population of the country as change makers, so that they put and ensure or help them participate in civic engagements and different youth-led innovations, so that over time the young people participate in the growth of the country completely. So that's really more our focus and vision, and we do it through a number of ways. We identify gaps that exist today, and we try and put scalable solutions together and we try and see whether we can make those scalable solutions bigger. So the focus of Yuva, as I mentioned before, is on young people, and the transition of that is now implemented through Passport to Earning. Can we go to the next slide? And in Passport to Earning, it is, if you recall in the previous slide, I said we try and also build scale solutions. So that's an example here. Our Passport to Earning, or P2E, is a global initiative by Generation Unlimited. India is the first and at this point in time, the largest implementation of Passport to Earning. Our goal is to ensure that 5 million young people are trained by 2024. And the definition that we have is that it should be at least a 10-hour course, which means these are not short programs where somebody spends 15 minutes or just registers on the portal. So we are looking at 5 million people who actually complete a program at least. And then we hope that about 1 million of them have access to opportunities. So those opportunities can be in different areas, but 20% of the 5 million who we train, we are trying to give them access to opportunities of different kinds. Of course, jobs and entrepreneurship being the bigger part of that. And the last is to see if we can help in sustainability, which is, can we integrate this into government institutions so that it can deliver scalable training to people. We are really thrilled to be in partnership with AIM on this, and we would really be we are really looking forward to seeing how it works out, and we would really love participating with them going forward. If you can go back, just go back, yeah. As of right now, yeah, stay here. As of right now, we've actually been in operation for a little bit more than 2 quarters now. In the first quarter, there were about 135,000 people who completed a 10-hour program. The second quarter, that moved to about 400,000. This quarter, we're aiming for about 650,000. So while the 5 million number is the end of the third year kind of a program, at this point in time, this is where we've reached, and we're really looking forward to partnering with AIM as well to kind of continue where we are on that. Next slide. And overall, the way that we work, and not just Passport to Earning, but all of Yuva, is we work through partnerships. So we have multiple government partnerships. There are different multilaterals. We work with the private sector. So the idea of Yuva overall is to see how we can leverage all the skills and competencies that exist within the country and try and bring it together in a way that it can help people going forward. And again, really supportive of the AIM mission and really delighted to have an opportunity to participate in it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ashish, for sharing your thoughts and introducing us to Yuva and introducing the partnership with AIM as well. On that note, now I would like to invite Ms. Dipali Upadhyay, who is the Program Director at Atal Innovation Mission and who leads the work at Atal Tinkering Labs as well, to share her thoughts on the partnership and the keynote address for the day. Over to you, Dipali.
Thank you so much, Bharat and Mr. Ashish Basu, for that initial introduction and context setting. And a bigger thank you to the entire UNICEF Yuva team for making this happen and come true. Atal Innovation Mission Niti Aayog has had a long-standing relationship and collaboration with UNICEF and with Yuva specifically, Generation Unlimited, because of our common priorities, our common objectives of enabling youth, skilling youth, and making them future ready. And that is such a strong connection that keeps us, bonded so well into several initiatives that we've undertaken in the recent times. But this, especially being one of those important ones, Passport to Earning, the launch of this program specifically for the 10,000 Atal Tinkering Labs across the country is a great milestone that we have reached today together as a team. And we really hope that all 10,000 of our Atal Tinkering Labs along with all the ATL in charges, the teachers in these Atal Tinkering Labs, and all the other teachers in these schools, and the students in these schools can greatly benefit from this platform. You'll see a bit more about this platform, but as we always say, the vision and our primary objective behind Atal Tinkering Labs is to inculcate an innovation and entrepreneurship mindset among school students. And we feel initiatives like these are a great enabler into doing that. What this platform will now bring to you in terms of learning content and resources is going to start with a small step of having 2 courses, but then eventually this will actually host many, many more learning modules for students and teachers. Students from the Adult Tinkering Labs and teachers and mentors, you all have been consuming content from our website in the past, the Adult Tinkering Labs AIMS website, wherein you see over 15 learning modules that we have placed for students on 21st century skills. Now, with this platform to Passport to Earning platform, which has been developed specifically for the Atal Tinkering Labs, this particular instance has been developed specifically for all of you, wherein you'll be able to see 2 courses to start with. The 2 courses will be one for our teachers, our ATL in charges. The Unbox Tinkering Teacher Training platform will be available for all teachers through this platform. Now, how is it different from what you've seen? We had earlier launched courses, online learning courses for teachers of Atal Tinkering Labs. The flagship training program that we have for the ATL in charge is called Unbox Tinkering, which is in fact a mandatory and an important training for all ATL in charges to undergo, is now being facilitated through this platform. How it will help you all is that now you can actually do things at your own pace. So if you remember, there were people who've been with us on this journey for many, many years. The first few Adult Tinkering Labs, if you remember, there was a time when we were able to do physical training by literally coming to various hubs across the country and doing these training sessions. We hope to continue to do that, but in the meantime, when we realized during COVID it was not feasible, we came up with virtual learning content. We came up with facilitated virtual sessions where we were doing unbox tinkering training sessions for teachers across the country. And later we realized that even that is not a very sustainable way of doing teacher training and capacity building. Hence, we came up with learning content that can be viewed, seen, and learned from at your own pace through the virtual content that we had developed. And these are a series of learning courses, content, materials, videos, etc., that you can consume to upskill yourself and understand better what really it is in the Adult Tinkering Lab. How can you run a lab better? The various skills that you would need, the know-how about the various tools, equipments that are there in the Tinkering Lab, and upskill yourselves. Now, with this platform, what it will enable you to do is you'll be able to actually consume this content anytime at your own pace. You'll be able to start a course, do it as much as possible at whenever you're free, and then come back to it at your own convenience. So this platform will allow you to do it really at your own pace. Every individual, we believe, learns at their own pace. So you can actually view, review, you can actually consume this content at any time, on the go, on your mobile, on your desktop, and you'll be able to do it at your own pace. And this will also generate certificates for all of your teachers. So I'm very glad that we have a feature now wherein you're able to use it like a learning management system. Through this platform, you'll be able to consume this content much better than what you were able to do earlier. From our side, Atal Innovation Mission will also be able to keep a track of the number of teachers who've undergone Unbox Tinkering course. Your certifications will be automated. Once you've completed the course, you'll be certified as an ATL Unbox Tinkering trained teacher. And this certification will also hold importance in various other initiatives that are being done by AIM ATL program. So I encourage and insist that all ATL in charges in the next 1 month, it's a great time to do it because we are just wrapping up summer vacations and the next academic year starts soon, and hence this is a fantastic time for all teachers to upskill themselves. And I'd say that for all teachers, not just ATL in charges, but every teacher can benefit from this. And I would say that once you learn these skills, you'll be able to better support your students. Once you go through the Unbox Tinkering course, you'll be able to better support your students. I know personally through my visits and interactions with many of the ATL in charges and many of the schools across the country that this has been a huge need, wherein teachers would want some way of undergoing this training, and this is one great platform where you can do that. So that's the first thing that is available for our teachers on the platform to earning passport to earning platform. The other thing that is available is for all students and teachers, which is a financial literacy course, which is, needless to say, an essential skill, 21st century skill. It's an essential skill for your everyday life also. So not just to become an innovator and entrepreneur, but I would say it's an essential life skill, financial literacy. And this is something that is being made available. It's a new module in collaboration with UNICEF, which is being launched for all students. So along with this platform, one new module, which is for all students, the financial literacy course, and for teachers as well. Again, everyone who undertakes this course gets certification and certificates. So again, something that you can look forward to. And for teachers, there's Unbox Tinkering, and many, many more programs will come up soon in the near future. We hope that this platform will become a great facilitator of making our students and teachers future ready. We hope that through this platform, students are able to upskill themselves on innovation, entrepreneurship, and many, many more 21st century skills. I once again would like to thank the ATL team, Suman, Prateek, Tanvi, Shubham, and many others who've been working on this program in the past as well. And I also thank the UNICEF Yuva team for making it happen, making us to reach this milestone. We're able to launch this unique program for ATLs across the country through this platform, Passport to Earning. Thank you, and I really hope all of you make the most of this platform.
Thank you very much, Dipali, for sharing your words of wisdom and highlighting how teachers and students can benefit from this initiative, and also motivating them to continuously upskill themselves. An interesting point you mentioned, that a lot of teachers and students themselves are coming up and saying we need avenues to upskill ourselves continuously. So, and that is the key objective that UNICEF also had to partner with AIM on, making sure that teachers and students are able to upskill themselves continuously. On that note, now I would like to invite Ashish as well, and I would request Dipali, you and Ashish to officially make the announcement that this program is being launched together. So congratulations to everyone. And this program, maybe if you can say, Dipali, if you can please go ahead.
So with this, we launched the Passport to Earning platform for all ATLs across the country, 10,000 ATLs. You will now be able to access this platform specifically and specially designed for adult tinkering labs, thanks to UNICEF Yuva. I hope you make the most of this opportunity. It is an official launch right away.
Yeah, and I join Deepali in her statements and completely echo all her sentiments, and wish to mention that we will provide all the support that is required to make this a complete success. With this, we are officially also announcing the launch of the program. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dipali. Thank you very much, Ashish. So with that, now I would like to, I'm sure all the teachers and students will be very curious on what the program is all about. I would like to now invite Mr. Pallav Tiwari, who is the manager for Passport to Earning India, to share more about the program and the details that Dipali and Ashish mentioned in their speeches about the courses, platform, What is the overall objective? What is the duration, timelines? I'm sure there's a lot of questions. So with Pallav's session, we hope to answer all those queries. So over to you, Pallav.
Thank you, Bharat. And thank you, Ashish and Deepali, for launching the program and setting up the context so well with the rationale and the importance of this partnership. So I'll first briefly go through what the Passport to Earning program is, and then we'll come to the details of the program, what we are trying to do in this program with Atal, with all the AIM schools here. Right. So as Ashish has mentioned already, it's a global program where India is leading this initiative across the globe. And the idea is to make young people financially independent. And wherever we are working on this program across the globe, we are working with largely government partners and also non-government partners and other global corporate funders largely around. So a lot of big people and agencies are around, are supporting this cause for the young people across the globe. Next slide, please. So I have mentioned that, so I have mentioned that the focus or the vision of the Passport to Earning or P2E program is to make young people financially independent. And how do we do that? So we do that by providing right skills to the young people and then connecting them with the relevant opportunities. So when I say right skills, that means we are talking about the skills which are required to live a better life in the 21st century skills, and all of us are aware of those skills. So we are talking about skills which are digital skills, how to work with digital tools, computers, softwares, then financial awareness and financial skills, employability skills, how to prepare for a job, how to make required changes in your attitude, behaviors to be better employable, and other 21st century skills also like communication, collaboration, creativity, those things. So these are the some of the examples of the right skills or the skills which P2 is offering to the young people. And we are also offering the opportunities to the young people so that they can find right job for them, or maybe they can start their own businesses. Or and if the young people are still trying to figure out what they want to be in their life, so we also provide solutions for career guidance. Next slide, please. Primarily, P2E is focused on three types of user personas or user profiles. So one is definitely the job seeker, young people who are looking for jobs. So they have completed their studies and they want to be employed somewhere. So that is one. The second is the young budding entrepreneurs, people who want to start their businesses. And the third focus area or the user persona is the academic learners, young people who are still in schools, colleges, they are doing their studies and just trying to build their career, and they are like thinking what is the right path for them, what are the right opportunities for them. So that is the third focus area in terms of user personas. So in this program the focus would be on the academic learners, the learners who are still in schools. Next slide, please. Okay, so Ashish has already mentioned about it. Since October, we have onboarded around 1 million learners, and around 50% of them have completed at least one course with around, and all of this is coming from across all the states in the country with 65% participation from young women, which is commendable, which is great. Next slide, please. Okay, so we have talked about what P2E program is in general, but I'm coming to the point is what we are going to do in this program with AIM or Atal ATL schools here. Uh, so we are offering two courses here. Bharat, the slide is okay. So as Deepali has also mentioned in quite details that we are offering two courses here to start with. The first course is the financial literacy course, and the second, which is for students, and the second course which is only for the teachers, which is the unbox tinkering program. Next slide, please. Financial literacy skills, all of us know how important they are. So in this 10-hour course, which is an online course, the students will come to know about things like how to use banking services, insurance, savings, investment, and also how to make a budget, how to access different kind of government schemes which are available there. And one important module in this course is how to use these financial skills for building your career going forward. And since it's a digital world, there are things around how to set up digital payments and how to be safe and secure in this era of a lot of spam and mishappenings which are happening. which are there out there in the world. So it's very interesting, very useful course, and this has been delivered uh, with government schools, with private schools, students across the country, and it has received really good feedback. I hope this will be also very useful for your students. The second course, which is only for teachers, is ATL Unbox Tinkering. And as Deepali also already mentioned, the course largely focused on strengthening teachers on how to how to build a culture of innovation and creativity within the classrooms among the students, and how to strengthen the ATL labs in the schools. Okay, so we can move forward, Bharat. Okay, so if we understand the program in terms of stages or steps, so the program is divided like separate for student and for teachers. So for teachers, it's pretty plain simple. There's an online portal where teachers needs to register. They need to complete this online course, and after completing the course, they'll get a certificate out of it with better skills and understanding on the topic. For students, there are three major steps here. The first step is all the students needs to come onto this portal, register themselves. The second part is they need to start taking the course which is there, which is self-paced course, and they need to complete this 10-hour course on financial literacy. When they complete the course on the financial literacy, they become eligible for this national quiz competition, which will happen after 1 month. This will happen on 30th of July at 11 a.m. in the morning. So only the learners who have completed this course will only be eligible for that. Then the eligible learners will participate in this national quiz competition, and the top performers will get rewards and recognitions at state level and also national level. And all the learners who are completing the course on the portal will also get a certification from UNICEF on completing the course. Next slide, please. Few more details on the program. So this program is for all 10,000 ATL schools, and the duration of the financial literacy course is around 10 hours. And as Deepali has already mentioned, it's an online self-paced course. So the student doesn't need to attend any online class. They don't need to come somewhere. They can do it in schools, at their homes with their devices, phones, laptops, whatever they have, which has internet connection. They can use it and do the courses in their own with their own pace. Currently, the courses are available in English and Hindi on the portal, and there will be rewards and certificates on completing the various stages of this. And I'll come to the details of that. And the biggest thing which I would like to highlight is all of these offerings and course is completely free of cost for both the teachers and students. The program starts today with the launch, and the program will end on 30th of July with the national quiz competition. So we have little more than a month to complete all the steps of the code of this program. Uh, the age group which we are targeting here is 14 plus. So primarily the students studying in 9th to 12th grade, and maybe few students from 8th grade also. But 14 plus is the age grade which we are targeting. Yeah, next slide, please, Bharat. Okay, so we have understood what the design of the program is, what are the major milestones which all of us need to achieve together. How do we do that? What are the steps to achieve that? So first thing is, because today the school's representatives are here, I think principals or spokes are here. The next step is now each school need to appoint a focal teachers to implement this program in their school. So these teachers will be responsible to push the implementation, and also these teachers will be sharing the regular progress with the principals, which will show the overall progress of how the school is performing. So the first step is the principals needs to appoint focal teachers for these schools. The second is for these appointed teachers, there's a orientation session is happening. Okay, so ATL in charges which are already there will be the focal points. Thanks, Suman, for clarifying that. I think so. It's already done deal. So all the ATL in charges will be the focal point for this program. So all these ATL in charge teachers need to attend the training session or the orientation session, which are going to happen on 23rd and 26th June. So on 23rd June, the session will be in English, and on 26th, the same session will happen in Hindi. So the links for these sessions will be circulated among all the schools through the WhatsApp communication channels and through the email communication from the ATL team. Then once the teachers are trained, they need to orient their students on this program, because not just the training, the teachers will also get some links, some small videos which they can share with the students. And uh, and now the teachers need to share this information with their students using the small videos and links and helpline numbers, which will be circulated through the ATL communication channel to all the in charges. Okay, once the students are oriented on what they need to do, then a big responsibility for the ATL in charges and the principals to ensure that all learners in their schools are completing this course within 2 weeks. Let's not make it a like long 4 week program. Try to push for the completion in the first 2 week itself. That helps based on what we have seen in the past. And based on how the schools are performing, there will be some recognitions and rewards for the top performing schools. So what we have decided, all the schools with more than 150 course completions will be rewarded and recognized at the national level. And the last step of this program is where the student needs to ensure, the teacher needs to ensure that after completing the courses, the students are joining that national quiz, which will be happening online on 30th of July. So this quiz will be open for a like limited period window, and within that window, the learner needs to come online and complete the quiz. And the links for all of these things will be shared later after the orientation sessions with teachers. Next slide, please. So I mentioned a couple of times about the rewards. So here the list of the rewards. So first, all the learners who are completing the course will get a digital certificate of completion on financial literacy course. Then all the learners who are getting more than 70% in the quiz will receive a certificate of merit. And the top learners from state and at the national level will also get some exciting prizes as well as the appreciation certificate. And for all the learners who are participating in this program, there will be some lucky prizes and weekly raffles will happen. So learners who have completed the certificate will become eligible, and they will have a good chance to get some great prizes out of this entire program. Next slide, please. For schools and the teachers who will be pushing this program, who will be making this real at ground level, there are also some uh, rewards and recognitions. So for the schools who are doing more than 150 core completion, there will be a appreciation certificate for the school. And the top schools will be mentioned in the leaders board, which will be released by AIM-UNICEF every fortnight. And the teachers or the ATL in charges who will be pushing this program in their schools. So from the top performing schools, as along with the school, the in charge will also be recognized and rewarded with a certificate of achievement. Next slide, please. So this, now we have briefly understood what the program is, what are the major steps or stages we need to achieve. Now, just to give you a very quick idea that very quick idea of how this platform works. So I'll not go into the demonstration of the platform, because that will happen in the teachers orientation session, which will happen on 23rd and 26th. But just to give you an idea that it's a platform which is built by Microsoft for UNICEF, and it's a mobile friendly platform. The best thing about this is, and the learners can easily register in this using an email ID, and then start using it on their laptops, computers, tablets, or mobile phones. And here is the link for the platform, which is aim.myp2e.org. Next slide, please. Here are some snapshots how the platform looks like. Uh, yeah. So in the rightmost, go back, please. Go back. Last slide. Okay. So the last, no, next, please. Next slide. Stay here. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. So the last photograph on this slide shows that how the course looks like on the portal. So it's largely a video plus quiz and assessment based course. So once you complete one video, which is usually around 6 to 10 minutes duration, then you attempt a quiz, then you move to the next one. And this is how it works. You can make it like full screen, and all of those features are available here. Next slide, please. Okay. So some of you must be thinking that it's not in this information on the portal is not sufficient. I understand that, because I kept it short because it's a launch of the program. We'll talk in greater detail of how this platform works, how to register, how to use different features in it in the teachers orientation session, which is going to happen on 23rd and 26th. The timing will be 3:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. 23rd will be the English session, and the same session will be repeated in Hindi on 26th. Again, the links will be shared by the ATM team to all of you. So that was all from my side. Over to you, Bharat.
Thank you very much, Pallav, for giving us a detailed overview of the platform and the program. Of course, there will be a lot of unanswered questions, which we will take up during the orientation sessions. I hope Pallav's presentation was able to pique the curiosity of all the teachers and students and principals attending today's session. We will look forward to interacting with you during the orientation and answering each of your queries. But we have some time budgeted for queries today as well. And maybe Pallav and Ashish, I'll moderate some questions and maybe you can take turns in answering them. So the first question, and I'm sorry, whoever posted it, I'm not able to see your name, but I will still go ahead and ask the question. So the first question is, in terms of focal point, Pallav, you mentioned that the focal point has to be assigned and then you clarified. So could you just please clarify once who will be the focal point from each school?
Okay, so in all of these ATL schools, 10,000 schools, there's already ATL in charge is appointed. So that same person will be the focal point for the implementation of P2E financial literacy program also.
Great, thank you. I'll move on to the next question. The next question is about the quiz. What would be the duration, and will it be online, or will there be chance of it happening offline as well? So could you clarify that as well, please?
Sure. So this will be completely an online quiz, and the quiz will be open for a limited time duration, around 30 minutes. And within that 30 minutes, there will be a set of questions around financial awareness, some of the things which are covered in the course, but also there will be a few questions outside the course also, just to understand what's the learner's overall financial awareness on financial issues in the country and the day-to-day financial issues, right? So it will be an online thing. Yeah.
Great. Thanks for clarifying that. So maybe next question, Ashish, could you take up, please? So the question is regarding who is this, what are courses in terms of students' age group? So some students are saying that they are 14 years old. So what would be the right age group and the right classes for the students to take up these courses?
So typically these courses are taken by students who are from class 9 to 12th. But the requirement that we have to within how we look at Yuva is that people should be 14 years old or above. However, if there are some people who are, let's say, yeah, as long as even if they're in the 8th grade, as long as they're 14 or above, they're most welcome to participate in this program. Beyond that, if there is a school or if Tinkering Labs particularly wants to include some other people, we can look at exceptions. But as of right now, it should be either people who are, they should be people who are 14 years old or more.
Great. Thank you, Ashish, for clarifying that. Maybe Ashish, you could take up the next question as well. The next question talks about uh, in terms of overall experience of the platform, because Pallav mentioned that there have been almost 1 million registrations. What has been the overall feedback on the platform?
So yeah, I'll just try and contextualize this from a perspective of the platforms that are generally available as well. So it's a learning management system. Like many other learning management systems, it has a lot of features. I think the nice thing about this platform is that it's relatively simple. And we have not added a lot of different things that you can do on the platform, so it is not confusing at all. It's a very straightforward experience. So once you have signed up for the platform, you have to give a little bit of information to register on it. Once a student has registered on it, or even a teacher has registered on the program, they immediately get to see the courses that are available for them, and then they just select the course and they get started. So it's not as if there isn't a very complex sort of tree that you have to go through. There aren't very many other things that you have to do, and each one of the courses is typically made up of collection of videos, or there will be some PDFs, or there will be some questions and answers. So it's relatively easy to go through. At the same time, it's very simple and clearly communicated everything that we do. So that's a little bit about how the platform works.
Thank you very much, Ashish, for clarifying that this is a very simple and easy to use platform and anybody can use it. And in fact, the languages can also be toggled. If somebody is comfortable with Hindi, they can use the platform in Hindi. And if somebody wants English, so the platform is available in that as well.
And I just want to add one other thing. Just a minute. I just want to add one other thing, which is that it's available on the mobile phone as well as the laptop. So you can do it on any device. It runs on any device. And if there is a little bit of, let's say, internet not available at all times kind of a thing, it's possible to download the content as well onto your phone. So you don't need to have internet available at all the time that you're using it. So it was set up for people who may have a little bit of difficulty being connected all the time as well.
Great, fantastic. Thank you, Ashish, for clarifying that. I do see the clock, it's 16:45. So maybe we'll take two more questions and then we will take up the rest of the questions in our orientation session. So for the next question, maybe Pallav, I'll request you to take up. The question is regarding registration for orientation sessions. Do teachers need to specifically register themselves somewhere, or would the link be shared, and how would the teachers join the orientation sessions?
Okay, so there's no registration required to join this orientation session. The link will be shared to the schools through the emails and the WhatsApp group, and this will be shared by the ATL team. Uh, and you just need to click on that and join the link directly. There's no registration required.
Great, thank you, Pallav, for clarifying that. So I hope that answers teachers' question that a direct joining link will be shared with you if you're connected with an ATL school or with the ATL network. For the last question for the session today, Ashish, may I request you to take this up, please? And it has two parts to it. So the first part is, I think Mr. Gurpreet has asked that Miss Gurpreet has asked about, I think one of her, I think her school has already been part of P2E through some other partner. Can she introduce this program again in her school? And the second part of that question is, if they're a non-ATL school, how can they participate?
Okay. Yes, so we are aware that there will be some schools who have already been introduced to this, either through CBSE or through other schools and so on. So what we have done is that if there are schools which have already participated fairly extensively, we haven't invited them to be part of this program because it would be a bit repetitious. But for all the other, if you're on this call, that means that it is likely that your school, even if this participated, has not had extensive student participation. So, please, if you can, if we're delighted if your school can participate in this. But the course is, while it would have gone through an upgrade and so on, it's a similar program to the one that was earlier done in schools as well. The second part of the question is, can non-ATL people join, ATL school people join? Of course, but not through the ATL platform. So then if you're a non-ATL school, we have two other platforms which are available for people to join there, because this is meant more for people who are part of Atal Tinkering Labs and is focused on that. So there's certainly an opportunity. If you send us a message or something that your school would like to join, we will get in touch with you and direct you to the place which they can go to. But you have to be as part of, you have to be part of Atal Tinkering Labs to be part of this particular portal and the particular implementation that we're talking about right now.
Thank you very much for answering those questions really fast and in a succinct manner, Ashish and Pallav. So with that, I would like to bring the session to a close. But before that, I would like to thank Dipali, Suman, Prateek, the entire team at ATL, Ashish, Pallav, Mahima, and entire team at UNICEF. For whoever, all the team members who made this the success of this event today and who will be working on this partnership as well. Thank you very much. And most importantly, thank you to all our participants, all the teachers, all the principals, all the students who would be part of this program as well. Thank you very much. And as a final thought, if you have any queries, please feel free to reach out to your ATL in charge, who can make sure the query reaches to the ATL team and then through the UNICEF team. And if there's another additional queries, you can also reach out to us on email. Our email ID is support.p2e@yuva.org. We will also mention our email in the YouTube chat. With that, thank you very much, everyone. And we bring this session to a close. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.